When the supergroup project consisting of the Beatles' children, Zach Starkey, Sean Lennon, and James McCartney, was officially announced, the music world was abuzz with discussion. However, the excitement was immediately balanced by one big question: where was Dhani Harrison? George Harrison's only son, the only one who was considered to have inherited his father's spiritual and musical spirit, actually refused to join. In an interview with the Sound Journal, Dhani explained his reasons, and his statement sparked a heated discussion among Beatles fans. "I was contacted, but immediately refused. Of course I was invited. We grew up together. Zach is like a big brother, Sean is like a cousin. I respect James. But when they said they wanted to form a band, my instincts immediately said no. That's not my path," said Dhani without hesitation. "I don't want to be a nostalgia product." For Dhani, the project is more like a nostalgia experiment than a genuine artistic endeavor. He called the idea of forming Beatles Volume 2 something that is too burdened with history. Many people think this is destiny, the Beatles kids getting together. But for me, destiny is not about repeating old stories. My father believes in creative freedom. He would not support a project that tries to revive the myth of the past just because of the family name, he said firmly. A subtle hint at his friend's project? Although he did not directly criticize his friend's music, Dhani said that such work would always be held back by public expectations. Whatever they release, it will definitely be compared to the Beatles. Even before the first song is played, people already have an opinion. "My music does not want to follow the past. I am more interested in creating something new, something honest," he said, rejecting the label, son of George Harrison. Dhani also complained about how he was constantly dragged into his father's shadow. "I'm not George Harrison version 2.0. I'm Dhani, with my own thoughts and voice. I'm not rejecting my father's legacy, but I'm not going to live off it," he said, emphasizing his position as an independent artist, focusing on more personal work. Now, Dhani is preparing a new solo album and working on an experimental documentary with an Oscar-winning director. A project that is far from the mainstream and certainly not to satisfy the longing of Beatles fans. "I may not be joining a nostalgia band, but I still have a lot of things I want to say. Maybe this is my way of continuing my father's legacy. Not by imitating, but by honestly being myself," he concluded. Dhani's statement refusing to join the second-generation Beatles is not just a personal decision, but a veiled critique of the industry's obsession with the past. A rejection that can be read as a resistance to the myth that shackles him.